That was cringe. Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. And today, I'll be showing you how I made my new song, Tightrope. Alright, guys, so here's the project. Let's just jump right into it. Alright, so when I was first making the song, when I first started the track, I started how I always start all my songs, and that's with chords. So here are the chords. So yeah, that's a little slower than what the end product turned out. So then after that, I'm pretty sure I went about the same route that I usually go, and I started with the drop. And with the drop here, I just transported those keys into a serum patch. So after I had those chords, then I just basically split apart all the different things into different layers and made a chord stack. So this is what that sounds like. And it's just a sub, a bass, and the top saws. And then usually after I'm done with that, I'll add a lead on top. And this time I found a really cool like vocal-ish lead that I liked. So I ended up using that as the top leads. And so that's what this sounds like. So there's an A and a B section. And then after I had this lead and I had these chords, then I added my kicks and my snares. And then, in order to make that more unique, I added automation, but for this one, I did something a little bit weird. I have kickstart on the lead, and then on the chords, I have like a normal LFO rate automation. So I have the leads on a kickstart that's switching between different levels. I would not do it this way now. I don't know why I did, but yeah, that's what I did. So. And it just switches between the automations like that. And then this one's the same thing, just in serum, and it's same thing there. And then after that, it's just kind of a matter of like filling out the rest of the drop. So like, what does the drop need? So I added a ride like this, mostly just percussion stuff I added. I got a little loop that pans from ear to ear. And then I also like to do this thing where I reverse the snare into itself like this with little. So it just adds some variation there. And then I layered the vocal lead with another lead on top. I have another one that's layered with it, but this is a third one, I guess. And that one's also automated by, or no, that one's not automated. That one's just a kind of really reverbed out to give it room. So yeah, that's pretty much the drop. It's pretty simple. And then that repeats for 2 bars, and then on this one I take away the top layer of the saws and I add in a ARP. Sounds like this. And then that's with the other 2 layers, and it just sounds like this. And then, just to make the second drop a little more unique, for the first 8 bars, we have, I chopped up the saws and just so that it kind of it kind of has like a little like a breathing feel almost. Like that, and then yeah, that's pretty much the drops. It's super simple. Yeah. All right, so now for the intro. For the intro, I had the same ARPs as this one over here that I had in the drop, except it's just a little simpler. It's just one layer, and I just had that. This is literally just how I started it. Was just that lead and this bass, and that was how the whole intro started to take place. So yep, there's that, and then a lot of the other stuff is just like the beginning. It fades in, and then there's a lot of impacts, some cool sounds. And then after that, I just added a cool little like top layer of synths for the chords, just to kind of bring those in. Sounds like this. I messed around with that a lot trying to get it to sound right, and I started with a pad, but it was a little too much, so I had to simple it down to this. And then the claps also come in, so we got the just to kind of build up tension a little bit. Got a little reverse noise right there. And then this is one of the layers from the drop. I added that in to just because you want to keep adding things every 8 bars, I think it is. That's just to keep it interesting and not boring and repetitive. So yeah, this comes in after just to kind of add another thing. And that's pretty much it for the bridge and the intro. And the second bridge, we just kind of have a different bass layer. It's just a respace with the same thing. And then it comes into the same, basically the same as before. And now it's just time for the build-up. All right, so for the build-up, we have the main lead fades in. Let me see if I can find it here, somewhere over here. I think is it this one? Kind of starts fading in a little bit. And then we have the same claps from before, and I added a snare on top. Just kind of picks up, and then those same chords, the same lead layer from before. Or sorry, these are not the same chords. These are the chords from the drop, building up, just so you can kind of get a taste before the drop. We have the same bass playing. And then the rest is just some build-up drums. And then a lot of risers and impacts and stuff. And that's pretty much it for the build-up. And now for the pre-drop, what I did here is actually pretty cool. So I took the main lead and I put a bunch of reverb on it, and then I exported it. And then after I took the export and I reversed it, and that's what this sounded like. So that's just the reverb tail of the main lead, but reversed. And then we have this white noise going up. Like that. We have an impact here. So it's kind of like the energy goes down, and then it comes back up. So it's the same with the sub drop here. It's just energy's going down, but then this white noise kind of brings it down as well, and then you have the white noise here going up, and this, and then you can see that it kind of just like fades down and then comes up like that. See, pretty cool, pretty cool. Okay, and yeah, that's pretty much it. We have a reversed kick right here, just to lead into the kick. So kind of just it's a trick that I learned, pretty useful. And then one of the most important things actually that I do for my build-ups that I learned from Jay Escar, he's a house producer, is before the drop, what you want to do is you want to take this here and you want to modulate the master stereo separation, and you want to make it more mono so that it's way less wide. So it you can see here, if we play this here, it just moves it a little bit mono, and then it swings back in. And the same thing, you just want to add a fruity balance on the master here. And I actually mastered this track in a different place just so it didn't lag out my computer. But just have a fruity balance here that starts there, and it lowers the volume, so it just gets a tiny bit quieter. And that way, when the drop hits, it appears to be way wider and way louder, but really it's the same as it was before. You just brought it down a little bit before the drop. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it to this track. Go stream it on Spotify, I guess. And hope you enjoyed this little rundown of the track. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.